Hello there, welcome to our class today. I'm Colleen McCurdy from the Spearfish United Methodist Church, and today we're going to do a practice that concentrates on our core. Just to remind you what our core is, it starts from the very bottom of our pelvic floor, so right in the center there, comes into our lower abs all the way up to the lower rib area. And if you think about lifting from here and then curling in and pulling the ribs together, so to speak, in the front. That's going to help us with our core, okay? So I might give you some cues during that to lift the belly or knit the ribs, and that's what I'm talking about, all right? Today in our devotion, we're talking about belonging. And I have a scripture from Romans 14, verses 5 through 9. It says, "One person considers one day more sacred than another. Another considers every day alike. Each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. Whoever regards one day as special does so to the Lord. Whoever eats meat does so to the Lord, for they give thanks to God. And whoever abstains does so to the Lord and gives thanks to God. For none of us lives for ourselves alone, and none of us dies for ourselves alone. If we live for the Lord. And if we die for the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. For this very reason, Christ died and returned to life, so that he might be the Lord of both the living and the dead." Let me read that key verse again, key part of it. Whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. And here's a quote from Albert Einstein. "Although I am a typical loner in my daily life, my awareness of belonging to the invisible community of those who strive for truth, beauty, and justice has prevented me from feelings of isolation." And another quote from Mother Teresa. "If we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other." We're going to begin today lying on our backs. Just with your legs out, your arms relaxed at your sides. And we're going to start by just taking some community breaths. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale loudly through the mouth. Inhale again. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Now, I'm going to count to 4, and we're going to inhale on 4 counts and exhale on 4 counts. So exhale all your air out, and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale and fill up the lungs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and count in your own head. 4 counts for each inhale and each exhale. Now we're going to add a hold for 4 counts at the top of the breath. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold it for 4, and then exhale for 4. I'll count with us the first time. Blow all your air out. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now do it on your own. Just a caution, if you have high blood pressure, you shouldn't do the hold. Just do the inhale and the exhale. After you're finished with that cycle, just breathe normally. Now lift your knees and pull your feet in close to your bum. Feet are hip width apart. Place the palms down on the mat. And we're going to now inhale and lift our arms and our hips at the same time. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale down. Now, I want you to keep those palms on the mat, and we're going to now do a crunch. And so you're going to pull that tailbone a little bit higher off the mat and press the lower back into the floor, pulling that belly button down toward the floor. Okay, and then we're going to roll our shoulders and head up and let the hands slide down toward the bottom of the mat. You're breathing as you hold. And then we're going to release it. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. Crunch it up. And release it. Remember, we're pulling, lifting from the bottom of our pelvis at the pelvic floor, and we're crunching all the way up to the lower ribs. Last time, let's crunch. And release it. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to lift our legs up into a reclining chair. So your lower back is still pressing into the mat. Knees are right above the hips. And let's roll it up. Trying to reach the fingertips down toward the bottom of the mat. And release it. And again. And release. And one more time. And release it. Set the feet on the floor. To relax the neck, now let's just roll it from side to side. All right, we're going to roll over onto our right side. Come back, come up into a seated position. Crisscross your legs. Sitting with a nice tall spine. Interlace the fingers, press the palms up. Lifting up through that core, we're going to tip to the right side. Smile. And back to center. And then to the left. And back to center. Go ahead and release the hands down to cactus, elbows out. And we're going to do our washing machine. We're just going to agitate left and right fairly quickly. We're just trying to loosen up the spine right now. All right, come back to center, lower the legs, hands. Now we're gonna bring our knees up. I want you to hang on to the left knee. Let the right hand just come down to the mat. We're gonna extend our right foot up, and then we're gonna extend it out to hover above the mat, the floor, but don't touch. And then bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale, bring it in. And one more. Out and in. Set that foot down. Reverse it. Bring the knee up. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And set it down. Both hands to the front of the knees now, and we're going to do some cats and cows. Let's start with a cow. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, round the back over. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Excellent. I want to remind you also that the core not only is in the front but on the sides, so we're going to be working some side muscles here and in the lower back. So you'll feel some work on the upper glutes, so below the pelvic bone here, and then above it into the lumbar area. So we're going to swing our legs around, plant those hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips up into downward dog. Pedal the feet out. Broaden the shoulders so they're away from the ears. Let the head hang, maybe shake your head a little bit. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Forward fold. If you'd like, you can keep the knees bent a little bit here to start until we're more warmed up. And then inhale, lift up into a half lift. Exhale, bow yourself down. And inhale, lift all the way up. And bring your hands to heart center. Our mantra today, or breath prayer, is an affirmation. We're going to think in our heads, I belong. I on the inhale, belong on the exhale. So close your eyes. I belong. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lower it down and step back to plank. Come down to the mat either through a chaturanga or lower the knees. Cobra, press through the hands. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep it up again. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down and step back to plank. Again, lower yourself down to the mat. Cobra. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Deep breaths here. Walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. And inhale, lift all the way up again. One more time. Straight down. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down, and step back to plank. Lower down. Cobra. Tuck the toes, downward dog. Walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And inhale, lift all the way up. And hands to heart center. Take a couple of deep breaths. And lift up again. Inhale. Down. Exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Step back to plank. We're going to hold here for a couple of breaths. So pull that core in. Knit the ribs together. So we're pulling that upper abdomen in toward the center. And then lift the hips up into downward dog. We're going to extend our left leg up to the back. Lift it as high as you can. And then bring that leg forward up into a lunge. Okay, a couple breaths here. Before we come up into a lunge, into a crescent, I want you to take your feet a little bit outward to the outside edges of the mat. They'll give you a better base for our crescent, okay? And now we're going to lift up. Arms extend up. Back knee can be bent. Hook the thumbs. Fingertips are up. And we're going to come down to the front, extending forward with the hands. Pulling that core in nice and tight. Now take the hands behind you, extend them back. And take the right hand down to the mat, extend the left up behind you. Lower that hand down to the mat. Pull that core in, lift up. And then we're going to place our hands behind our back, our head. Let the head kind of rest into the palms. Elbows are out, heart is lifted. Then we're going to do a couple crunches here. So we're going to pull that belly in and round the back over. Back knee can bend even more. And then lift it. Two more. Crunch it in. And lift. And one more crunch. And lift. Extend those arms up. Take the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Again, we're going to hold here. Remember that a plank is always best if your hips are either level or a little higher, never lower, okay? That's a different pose, which we're going to do now. We're going to go lower those hips, come forward with the toes, turn the feet over, pull that belly in so we're supporting the lower back, and then lift the heart. Upward facing dog. Then roll back onto the toes, come into downward dog. Extend that left foot up one more time to the back. Bring it forward into a lunge. And this time we're going to make it a low lunge. So we're going to bring our right knee down. Come on up. Lift those arms to the ceiling. And again, we're going to put our hands behind our back. And pull, as we're lifting our heart, you're also pulling that core in. And we're going to now crunch. And then lift it. Crunch, exhale. Inhale, lift. And one more. Inhale, lift. Take a couple of breaths here. Then extend the arms out straight from the shoulders. With that core supported, we're going to drop our right arm and lift our left arm. Don't touch the floor, we're just supporting ourselves with our abdomen here. You can feel the upper glutes working, okay? Up along here. That's good. Holding and breathing. Okay, come back up. Set the arms down. Step back into plank. Upward dog. Roll those feet over. Lift the heart. And downward dog. All right, lower the knees into table. Wrists are right under the shoulders, knees are right under the hips. We're going to extend the left leg back and flex the foot so we keep that leg active. Extend the right arm to the front. This is where pulling our ribs in is going to help us, because it's going to help us or prevent us from letting our stomach come down, okay? So pull the ribs together right up here and keep that extended. That makes our back more supported and more flat. And now we're going to bring our elbow into the knee and extend it out. Elbow to the knee and extend it out. Elbow to the knee and extend. Now place the fingertips on the mat and the toes on the mat. And we're going to pretend we're dragging those toes and fingers in toward the center. And let's release it back to table. Come up into a downward dog. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Smile. And again, sweep it up. This time we're going to exhale down to chair with our arms to the back. Okay? Now, your gaze should be about 3 or 4 feet ahead of you, not straight down, okay? That's going to lift the heart but not kink the neck. We're pressing those fingertips toward the back, pulling that belly in, lifting. Now bring the arms up into cactus. Extend them straight up. Straighten up, keeping the arms high. Lift the right knee and step it back into warrior two. Position that left heel to the inside, lining up with the inside of the right foot, looking out over the left arm. Raise the arms to the center and hook the thumbs again. This time we're going to come down to the front. Our bum is extending way to the back, okay? Try to be parallel to the mat and then lift up. Now tip toward that bent knee and back to center. We're going to do that 2 more times with the breath. Exhale, forward, parallel to the floor. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tip toward the left knee. Inhale, back up. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tip. Inhale, up. Okay. Let's do our crunches. Hands back here. And then we're gonna pull that belly in and round the back over a little bit. And then bring it up. Again, crunch. And up. And crunch. And up. Wonderful. Take that left foot and pivot it so it's parallel to the edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, come down through the center, down to the floor. You can do whatever you want to here to make yourself more relaxed. You can, wag the shoulders side to side. You can bend the knees a little bit. You can rock forward to backward. Let the head hang. And if you'd like to, grab the elbows and just let the back curve over toward the floor. All right, place the hands on the floor and then place them on your hips. Inhale up with a flat back and exhale and walk the feet together. Whew, nice job, everybody. I'm just going to move my notes down here so I can see them better. All right, we're going to start from the beginning again with the other side. So come on over here to this side, and we're going to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Come on down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, back to plank. And hold. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Lift the hips to downward dog. Extend the right leg up and back. Bring that forward into a lunge. And take a second to walk the feet out toward the edges so we have a wider base. Then, with that core pulled in and strong, lift up into crescent. Back knee again can be bent. Okay, let's do our crunches. Crunch it in, exhale. And back. Crunch it in. And back. Crunch it. And back. Extend the arms up, hook the thumbs. Hook them the other way if you can. And then we're going to extend forward. Take the arms back. Take the left hand to the mat. Extend the right up behind you. Release it down. Lift back up into crescent. Take the hands back down to the mat. Step back into plank. Upward facing dog. Roll those feet over. Keep that belly supported. And tuck the toes to downward dog. Extend the right leg up behind you again. Step it forward to a lunge and lower the back knee. Lift those arms. Interlace the fingers behind the head again. Really take those elbows back and lift that heart. And we're going to exhale to a crunch. Inhale back. Exhale, crunch. Inhale back. Exhale, crunch. And inhale back. Take the arms out to shoulder height. And we're going to tip. Left arm down, right up. And come on back up. Take the hands to the mat and step back into plank. Upward facing dog. And downward dog. Lower the knees into table. Again, make sure your alignment is right under the hips, right under the shoulders. And this time we're going to take our right foot back, left arm forward. Flex that foot in the back, okay? And again, pull in with the ribs here to the center so that our back is not caved in, okay? Extend, and we're going to bring the knee into the elbow. Inhale out. Exhale into the elbow. Extend out. And in. And out. Place the fingertips on the floor, toes on the floor. Then drag them in toward the center. And release it back to table. Shake it out a little bit. Okay, walk the hands forward just a bit, tuck the toes, up to downward dog. Walk the feet up to the hands. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, just under the pelvic bones. And then inhale to a half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to pause here and do our breath prayer. I belong. Release it. Sweep the arms up. Exhale down into a chair with the arms behind you. Again, we're lifting the heart, looking about 3 or 4 feet ahead of us. Bring the arms up into a cactus. And then extend the arms up. Straighten the legs. Lift the left leg. And then step it back into warrior two. Line up that heel and instep. Always lifting through the center. Lift the arms up, hook the thumbs, and again we're going to lower down to the long side of the mat, parallel to the floor, bum goes out to the back. And up, and then toward the bent knee. And up. 2 more with the breath. Exhale forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, front. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. And inhale to the center. Take the hands behind the back. And crunch it up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift. Whew. Relax the arms down. Pivot that right foot so it's parallel to the end of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Come down through the center. And again, you can do what you want to here. To relax, you might want to bend the knees one at a time. Bend the rib cage to the side. You could grab your elbows, whatever feels good here. And now let's just all come down. Let the head hang, elbows. Okay, hands back to the mat. And then to your hips. Come up with a flat back. And walk the feet together. Whew, couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale, come down to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale down and come down any way you want to a seated position. And our soles of the feet are on the floor. Knees are up. We're going to place our hands behind our hips. Just a little bit, fingers pointing toward the toes. Extend that chest up. And then we're going to lift into a bent leg boat. Okay? Bent leg boat. So our hands can be pressing into the mat a little bit to help us support. We're going to straighten our right leg out and bring the left knee closer to our chest. And we're just going to hold it for a little bit. Let's flex our feet, make sure that leg is active. And let's bring it back up. And reverse it. Other leg goes straight out. Other knee comes in closer to the chest. And bring it up. Now our right knee is going to come down to the side. And back up. Make sure we're lifting through the chest and the chin. Other leg down. Whew, feel that in your glutes. Bring it up. Set it down. Drop the knees to the side and just fold over those legs. All right, bring it up. We're just going to do a full boat this time. So our arms are forward, legs are either bent or straight. I'm going to do bent, whatever works for you. Okay, and we're just going to hold here for a little bit. Always breathing. Try to keep that back straight and tall. Whew, man. Let's go ahead and release it down. Again, fold yourself over those open knees. And release it. We're going to come down to our, oh no, we're not. We're going to extend our left leg straight out, our right knee back. Now, if this hurts your knee, you can always just go straight-legged, kind of out to the side at an angle or all the way to the side, all right? Either one will work for our purposes. If your knee is bent, try to make it, bring it back and make that foot kind of parallel to the mat, okay? Now, we're gonna just walk our hands down toward our toes and reach as far as you can. Walk it back in. Take that left hand, set it to the side, and then we're going to lift our hips. We're going to come up to our knee and the left heel. What this does is this opens this up right here. We've been really pulling this a lot today, and it also opens up here. Go ahead and release it back down. That also works if you're out here. Let me just show you. So you're just going to come up like this, okay? So let's go on ahead and do our other side. Right leg is straight. Left leg either out to the side or bend the knee. Okay? One side is always going to be harder. This is my harder side. So we're going to walk our hands down toward our toes. Walk it back in. Again, place the hand here. We're going to lift up and come up onto the knee and the heel. And release it down. Now we're going to come down to our back. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side, and then at the same time, you're walking your hips away from your head to lengthen that spine. Just take some nice deep breaths here. Extend the legs straight up to the ceiling. Palms are down on the mat. Okay, point and flex your feet. You can circle your ankles. And now, keeping the feet flexed and up, we're going to do that thing we did in the beginning. Slide the palms down toward the bottom of the mat, lifting the shoulders and the head. Breathe. And release it. Now take the legs out into a V. Same thing. Roll the shoulders and head up. Slide those hands down. And release the hands. Release the feet to the center. And then set the feet down on the floor. On an inhale, lift the arms up, lift the hips. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Cross the left ankle over your right knee. We're going to let that knee and foot drop to the right side. So the foot is flat on the floor. Okay? Take the right hand, press on that thigh. We're lengthening the side hip here. Let the left arm just be relaxed, the left shoulder's relaxed. If you'd like to, you could take your gaze to the opposite side of your hand. So to the left. And let's release it. Come back up to center. Untangle those legs and let's do our right ankle over the left. Tip to the left side. With the left hand, press that thigh. Take the gaze toward the right. And release it. Stretch the left leg out to be long, and then bring that right knee in. And we're going to take the right knee in the left hand and just draw it across the body. This is going to stretch our upper glute out here. Back to center, and let's reverse it. Left knee comes in, right hand grabs it, pulls it across. And back to center. We're just going to stretch out. Long full body stretch, reaching with the fingers and toes. And then stretch just your right side, right arm and leg. And the left. And then again, reach with all the fingers and toes. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Come on down into Shavasana. Oh. Let yourself sink into the floor. Your body had a good workout today, so you deserve this rest, this treat of just focusing on the breath and the heartbeat. It's best if you stay here for 5 minutes or more. Let the body integrate what it's just done. I am going to say goodbye to you though. And I want you to remember that you belong. You belong to God. You belong to your community. And when you start doubting how it feels just to be in isolation and how you just really want to be out there, and just remember you're doing the best as a belonging person of your community to stay at home and stay healthy. I wish you all the best this week. Namaste.